Ooh, it's episode 7 of our push to legend. Yeah, but today I've got a very interesting video to show you guys because Gigalith or Roggenrola Community Day just ended, and I guess a lot of you guys would be interested to see how it performs in the Go Battle League, correct? I'm not going to use it, but I'm going to face up an opponent who uses it, and let's see how it turns out. But hi to all of you guys! Alright, so this is the rating that I was at before I played my 50 battles, because it's 2 days worth of, I guess, battles. And I was at 2,213 for the ELO. Eventually, after using a team for quite a number of battles, like 70% of my battles, I changed it to another set of team, which I'm going to start off with that particular team first, because it is against the opponent with the Roggenrola, alright, against Pokemon Raku, and he started off with, Gigalith, alright, against my Talonflame. So I'm running Talonflame with Galarian Stunfisk and Swampert, alright, double ground Pokemon. But you guys can see that right now he's at a very huge advantage with his Gigalith, alright, especially with the Frenzy Plant doing a huge amount of damage to Galarian Stunfisk, but Galarian Stunfisk can take the hit unless it's a Shadow Venusaur. If it's a Shadow Venusaur, 2 Frenzy Plants will actually knock us out. So we're going to just go with 1 Earthquake and then 1 Rock Slide. Thankfully, I was able to burn 1 shield. Now we are up 1 shield. That is very, very good. So I have a total of 12 battles to show you guys in this particular video. So it's going to be a bit long, but I mean, it's Ultra League and most of the battles last really, really long. Some of the battles even lasted till like the last few seconds, but I don't think those are the ones that I'll be showing you guys for today. So alright, we're going to do 2 Incinerates to actually burn the, Venusaur away. But I'm going to pull an immediate switch into Swampert. He brought out a Giratina. I was like, okay, I need my Swampert. No matter what, I need my Swampert, because the smackdowns from the Gigalith is going to just take out my Talonflame with ease. And Talonflame can't do anything to Gigalith because both the charge and fast moves will be resisted by its pure rock typing. So okay, I was thinking I need to save energy on my Shadow Swampert and, use it against the Gigalith. That's the best option. So the Giratina is just spamming away with its move. I'm going to use Hydro Cannon now to burn the shield, knowing that he's definitely going to shield this, because not possible that he's not going to shield this, as his Giratina is the key Pokemon right now in this situation, as I could just one-shot KO the next Pokemon that comes in. He does not shield. In fact, just 2 shots, because I still need to burn the shield first, right? So we're going to go with Brave Bird, taking out the Giratina since he's shieldless already. But now the Gigalith is back. 1 smackdown took us out because we have been debuffed. But we have a Hydro Cannon ready. In fact, we have an Earthquake ready. But look at this. 1-shot KO by a Shadow Swampert with Hydro Cannon. That's how not good Gigalith is. So for those of you who are thinking to use Gigalith in the Ultra League, please do not use it. It's ranked 400 something according to PvPoke. It's ranked 500 something in the Great League. So do not use Gigalith at all. I've used it in the past before. Thanks to its poor fast move, even if you're going to have Meteor Beam, it's not going to work at all, right? So anyway, going to the next battle right now, we're going to get matched up against an opponent with Dragonite. Shadow Dragonite as the lead. Actually, you're using Dragon Breath, though. I still prefer using Dragon Tail for Dragonite. But I mean, yeah, some people use Dragon Breath, but yeah, it depends, I guess, on situation. Because Dragon Breath doesn't charge energy as quickly, as Dragon Tail. So it really depends on what you would like to use. Using Superpower, when I saw the Superpower, I'm like, okay, I actually totally forgot that Dragonite actually has access to Superpower already. But she brought in a Virizion. Virizion is a very good Pokemon right now, compared to even Cobalion. Cobalion and Virizion having access to double kick as their fast moves is just insanely good. So you guys can see how quickly it gets up to Leaf Blade. I thought I could actually take it out, but the Leaf Blade came through. If I have a shield left, I'll definitely shield up against this. Farm down the Virizion. Unfortunately, I got taken out, but the Talonflame is going to come in and just burn down the Virizion, thanks to it being weak to fire also. And also ice. So, yeah, so we do not have a lot of health left. We're going to go with our charge move immediately, especially since the Dragon is left with a sliver of health. But she brought in Gengar. When I saw this, I'm like, okay, I think I'm gonna lose this already, guys. Yeah, I think I'm gonna lose this. But then I remember that, oh yeah, actually Galarian Stunfisk is really tanky in the Ultra League, so we should be fine. Alright, 1 Shadow Ball in, gonna take us out, and then eventually Earthquake's gonna come through. I thought the Shadow Ball is gonna land us at red health, but was so tanky, man, a Galarian Stunfisk, I must say. Alright, so this is the team I was using at first, Talonflame with Galarian Stunfisk and what's the other Pokemon? I can't remember. We will see it in a few seconds. Hang on. And yeah, the Warren. So this is the Pokemon that I was using for the first 70% of my battles, and then eventually I changed it to the Swampert to replace the Warren, which you guys will see it fares better later on. In fact, this team that I'm currently showing you guys right now, this Talonflame, Galarian Stunfisk, and Warren team, I actually suffered a 0-5 for one of the sets, and I was like, oh my god, I actually didn't want to continue with this team anymore. I do not know why, maybe I just screwed it up totally, but I lost it super duper badly. Alright, so going to this next battle right now, my opponent used Poison Fang, double Poison Fang against my Talonflame. I'm going to go with a Flame Charge, unable to get to Brave Bird, but it's totally fine. We burned both shields already off my opponent. Going to bring in Warren to actually handle the Nidoqueen. Even if I have my Swampert with me, I would be able to bring in the Swampert to handle the Nidoqueen. Both would work fine. Alright, so I'm bringing in the Alolan Ninetales. We're going to bring in Galarian Stunfisk to actually just handle the Alolan Ninetales with ease. Don't have to shield anything at all, just going with Rock Slides all the way. Alright, so the Alolan Ninetales is running Powder Snow, hence why it's able to get to its energy super quickly. A lot of people are using Charm Alolan Ninetales instead of Powder Snow one, but sometimes I prefer using a Powder Snow because it gets to the move super duper quickly also. Alright, so another Rock Slide is going to go through, but Alolan Ninetales in the Ultra League is super tanky. As you guys can see, it still survives that, and I'm still going to have to suffer one more Weather Ball damage, but it's totally fine. Galarian Stunfisk can just handle it with ease. Bringing in the Giratina, which we're gonna bring in the Warren with Icicle Spear ready to spear it in its head or whatever you want to spear. Don't ask me where else to spear it at. Alright, so half health, almost half health for the Giratina already. We're gonna fire off the next Icicle Spear, but he has Ancient Power. Some people do run Ancient Power, some people do run Shadow Sneak. Of course, everybody's gonna run like Dragon Claw on it. I don't think I've seen anybody with like Shadow Sneak and Ancient Power being used on a Giratina. That's kind of a weird combination. But yeah, most people would definitely have Dragon Claw, so some of them would actually have Shadow Sneak. That would be quite useful against Steel typing Pokemon, such as Registeel or even Galarian Stunfisk. Alright, but right now we are against the Nidoqueen and we are good since we have Icicle Spear ready. One Icicle Spear onto it, taking it out, but we're going to switch into our Galarian Stunfisk, using our Rock Slide onto the Nidoqueen Alolan Ninetales, and it's going to get knocked out that easily. Alright, so jumping to the next battle right now against our next opponent, and that is going to be Gamefreak. Alright, and he's starting off Jellicent. So I do see a lot of people using Jellicent. So Jellicent is a very popular Pokemon since it is a typing that not other Pokemon actually has water and ghost typing. Not many Pokemon actually. Are there any other Pokemon that has water and ghost? Yeah, there is. Frillish. That's the pre-evolution of this Pokemon, man. Alright, so we're gonna go with the Shadow Ball, and luckily I shielded that up. But immediately after switching into my Warren, Scrafty came out. It's been quite bad for my Warren, especially since a lot of my opponent, they are using Scrafty. I've noticed that, in fact, I would say like every time when I switched into Warren, like around 60 to 70% of the time, I'll be met with a counter from a Scrafty. I'll be like, okay, here we go again. Alright, so eventually after I swapped into Swampert, actually it helps out a lot because Swampert do not suffer super effective damage from the counters. And getting to Hydro Cannon definitely will do a lot of damage to Scrafty also. Alright, so a Foul Play came through. I should have actually shielded up against that Foul Play. I was left with only one shield, so I didn't want to sacrifice the last shield anymore, and my opponent is left with two shields. So we're going to go with a Flame Charge right now. See, we can actually burn a shield, and we do. Awesome. And then I'm going to try and catch the Poison Fang. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to because the Incinerate requires 5 turns, which is super duper slow as a fast move. So it's no longer fast move, it's considered a slow move. Alright, but it does a lot of damage. Alright, so I wasn't able to switch in time, but it's totally fine. We're going to bring in our Galarian Stunfisk right now. We're going to Earthquake the Nidoqueen. However, remember that he has another Pokemon left, and that is Jellicent. So he's going to try and catch the Earthquake for his Jellicent, but nah, I knew that was coming. So I decided to go with the Rock Slide. I thought it would be enough to land it in farming down range, but I was totally wrong. Alright, but still it's the right play to do. We have to farm down the Jellicent a bit to actually gain some energy. We're going to go with another Rock Slide just before another Bubble Beam comes in. Taking it out right now. We're going to just bring it up to Earthquake and just knock out the Nidoqueen, though we have been debuffed by 1 stage, 25% damage, but it's totally fine. Right, still gonna one-shot KO the Nidoqueen with like 60% health. Alright, so we're gonna go into the next battle right now. There's a bit of lag though, but it's totally fine. That's fine. Alright, next opponent is a Hazard. And he's bringing in Mandibuzz. There are quite a few people using Mandibuzz, so I believe this is a level 51 best buddy Mandibuzz because it's 2441 CP. Maxed out at level 50 is 2417, so yeah. I've never ever played with best buddy Pokemon level 51 or whatsoever, so I mean, it'd be ideal for my team to actually have a level 51 Galarian Stunfisk because it's 2445 CP. If I were to best buddy it, which technically speaking it is already best buddy, but I have to buddy it while battling to use it as a level 51 Pokemon, which I find that is kind of a nuisance also. Yeah, but it's totally fine. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead to see that the Deoxys is back into action, and I don't see a lot of people using Deoxys at this range at 2200 ELO, but when it does come into play, actually it's quite a huge threat against my team, especially two of my Pokemon are weak to fighting type moves, and in fact Talonflame is also weak to, you know, like Rock Slide. So I decided to catch the Rock Slide on my Galarian Stunfisk. That was the best move I could do already. However, later you guys will see that the result wasn't good enough. Alright, we're gonna go with the Earthquake because that will be enough to take out the Deoxys. Rock Slide is definitely not enough for this super duper tanky defensive form Deoxys to be knocked out by it, but he managed to shield that up. We're not gonna shield this at all because the Galarian Stunfisk can take and resist every move from Deoxys. Alright, attack has fallen, bringing in Mandibuzz. We're gonna go with Rock Slide, but we're gonna have to eat the very first charge move. It's totally fine. Galarian Stunfisk can still survive that. We're gonna go with Rock Slide after doing one Mud Shot. So one Mud Shot, then the Rock Slide, one Mud Shot, then the charge move. Alright, so we're gonna go with that. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get to it. I was thinking if I want to shield this though, but I was gonna save the shield for Talonflame because I believe I can farm down the Mandibuzz. However, I accidentally tapped the charge move, and when I did that, I'm like, okay, that was not good. I should actually just farm down the Mandibuzz totally. You guys will see why later on. Alright, so he has a Registeel, and had I actually farmed down the Mandibuzz, I will still have more energy, being able to take out the Registeel with ease. The problem is I need to definitely use one shield against the Registeel because the Zap Cannon is definitely going to knock us out one-shot KO. So if I had energy, I was able to use two Flame Charges to take out the Registeel much quicker before it does its attack. I still have the shield left, able to shield up against the Rock Slide, and then I would have scored a win. Unfortunately, I'm the loser. Alright, so going to the next battle right now against Frago 5706, and he's using Galarian Stunfisk. So in this situation, it's kind of like a 50-50 situation. I'm doing super effective damage to him, but his Rock Slide will almost take us out already. So just going with Flame Charge, but the Rock Slide is going to come in first. I'm going to have to shield this. Rock Slide basically does a crazy amount of damage, whether is it same type attack bonus for my opponent or not. Yeah, Talonflame is just too weak against Rock, man. Right, double weak against it. So managed to get in another Incinerate. We're going to shield that up again, alright, against the next Rock Slide, and we're going to get to a Flame Charge immediately, but he brought in his own Talonflame, and he managed to get in an Incinerate also. Wow, very good switch, very good play, but we're going to bring in our Galarian Stunfisk and get to our Rock Slide, not before we take one hit from the Flame Charge. But it's totally fine because we have energy on our Rock Slide already. We're going to do two Mud Shots first before we go ahead to fire off our charge move. Alright, but now we are not in a really good position because we're going to get knocked out by the Flame Charge. So now the question is what we're going to do against this like 60% health or 65% health Talonflame, and we have to bring in our own Talonflame and pray that we actually win CMP tie with our Brave Bird, and we do. Alright, both of us are having the same as IVs, having the same CP, 2493, and there was a 50% chance for me to actually get that. But he brought in the Galarian Stunfisk. I was thinking, okay, should I actually just get to the Earthquake or suffer some Rock Slide damage? And I decided to just get hit by one before I actually go ahead with Icicle Spear. I could have done maybe two more Powder Snows first before I did the Icicle Spear, but I mean, it came down to the same because he did that. Bringing in Trevenant, but we're going to go with our Icicle Spear immediately. So Trevenant, how are we going to handle this situation, man? Well, of course, our Warren is going to faint already from the bullets. I mean, seed bomb, not bullet, seed bomb, bullet, seed bomb, seed bomb, you're my seed bomb. So, Flame Charge to just take out the Galarian Stunfisk, and that will be GG, well played. But that was a very close call, I must say. very close call. Okay, we scored a win for that, and we're gonna go into the next battle. Next opponent is going to be Prius Kenta. I think it's a Malaysian because Prius is quite popular in Malaysia, and Kenta seems to be like a word from Malaysia. Against an Obstagoon. Obstagoon hasn't been too overly used by any opponents whom I've been facing. I do not know why actually. Maybe because it's just not that good. I don't know. It's kind of interesting that not many people are using this Pokemon despite it having a community day move already, Obstruct, but it's still quite okay. Managed to be able to land the Brave Bird, which was really awesome for us. We're gonna bring in our Galarian Stunfisk since we have gotten a debuff. We're gonna suffer more damage, but saving up the energy and the damage from my Talonflame. Talonflame basically is like a crazy damage dealer, especially with Brave Bird. It does like neutral damage to Cresselia, to Giratina, etc. It does super effective damage to Registeel with its fire move. So it's really useful as an Ultra League Pokemon. Alright, so looking at this situation right now, Grass Knot is going to be the best move against my Galarian Stunfisk since it does neutral damage to us. And yeah, we're going to get taken out soon, but not before we go ahead with our very first Earthquake. Or should I say second? Was it second Earthquake? I can't remember. I think it should be the second one already. It cannot be that low in health after just one I can hear. Alright, so we're going to bring in the Talonflame to try and catch the Grass Knot, which we successfully did. Awesome. And then the Obstagoon is back. We're going to go with Flame Charge right now to take out the Obstagoon as quickly as possible. We do not want to get hit by a Night Slash. So awesome, that's out, but he's up 1 shield against me. Alright, 2-1. But it's totally fine. Alright, bringing in the Cresselia. I was thinking to farm down the Cresselia totally if I'm able to manage to get to Flame Charge. I mean, if we do hit CMP tie, I'm going to win the CMP tie against the Cresselia anyway. But he brought in a Swampert. I was like, oh my god, Swampert, here we go again, man. Okay, unable to get to Brave Bird. I was thinking if I want to shield this to actually burn 1 shield with the Brave Bird or just let it go through. Thinking that it's not going to be ideal to do that, I decided to just let it go through, and then bringing in the Galarian Stunfisk, going ahead with the Earthquake first, burning the shield, and then bringing in the Warren. Now we are even on shield. So even shields Warren against the Shadow Swampert, Warren is going to win. If you are able to get the shield against the Earthquake. Alright, so that would happen luckily, and we're gonna go ahead to Icicle Spear all the way. You can just Icicle Spear spam, even if it's gonna land another Earthquake, we can survive that already. Alright, so Icicle Spear, here we go. Oh, sorry, Hydro Cannon is coming in first, but that's not gonna take us out. Oh, okay, it's the Earthquake, see? So had we not shield up against that Earthquake, but shield up against Hydro Cannon, we have gotten taken out by 1 Earthquake and 1 Hydro Cannon. So that's something to take note of. Alright, and we took out the Swampert, and that was a win for us again. Alright, going to the next opponent right now, 0301, Naomi. And we got a Talonflame mirror match over here. So our Talonflames are both level 50, 100% IV. As you guys can see, the CP are 2493, and we're going to go with Brave Bird immediately. But I noticed after playing a few games of Talonflame mirror match that some people actually do not fire off their charge move immediately so that they get 1 extra incinerate off, like what my opponent did to get more energy. But eventually if it continues like this, it comes down to the same. I'm going to shield this up against the next charge move so I can fire off my Brave Bird. Otherwise I wouldn't be able to, but I've already burned 1 shield. Now let's see if I'm able to burn a second shield to allow us to have a slight advantage over her, and we do. We're going to bring in Galarian Stunfisk, and we're going to try and get to our charge move before her charge move comes in, but it's totally fine. We're going to go with a shield because her Talonflame has been boosted by 50%, already now boosted by 75%. So we're going to have to shield that Flame Charge, otherwise we're going to suffer a lot of damage. So took out the Talonflame, we still have our Talonflame with us. Let's see what she's going to bring in. She's going to bring in Cresselia. A lot of people are using Cresselia, I must say that. I would say that Cresselia is, I would think, one of the most overly used legendary Pokemon. I think it's the second most overly used. First is still Giratina from what I can see from all my battles that I've been experiencing. So we're going to go with the Earthquake. Earthquake is going to do a little good amount of damage onto the Cresselia. Another Earthquake is going to go through. No shields for us. Alright, so this Cresselia, first of all, is a shiny Cresselia. Second of all, I don't think this is the one that has Grass Knot. Alright, it's Moonblast and Future Sight. So I was like thinking, okay, since it's really good for us, we're just gonna stay put with our Galarian Stunfisk. Anyway, I don't normally swap even if it's Grass Knot, so we're just gonna stay put. And then she was left with a sliver of health, decided to switch out. But when she switched out into Mandibuzz, and I noticed that, I'm like, oh my, I shouldn't have swapped into Talonflame. I should have swapped into my Warren actually. So that was a very, very bad play. I should have in fact swapped into my Warren also. I do not know what I was thinking at that point of time already. Alright, doing 7 Powder Snows first. Then after that she's going to use a charge move. But now we're going to do 1 Powder Snow, then our charge move. Alright, so that was a really, really bad play by me, man. I had 2 opportunities to score a win. Bringing in the Warren earlier would have definitely scored us the win. And yeah, we're going to go with another Icicle Spear. Is this enough to take out the Mandibuzz? Yes! But the question is, are we able to get to another Icicle Spear in time? No. Alright, 1 Moonblast or 1 Future Sight is going to be enough to take us up. So that was a really, really bad play by me. Could have actually scored an easy win, but turned out to be a huge loss. Alright, against our next opponent, FDZ9999. Alright, and he's starting off with Swampert. So when a lot of people start off with Swampert against my Talonflame, I'm like, oh my god, here we go again. But I have a trick up my sleeve. And that's basically to just carry on. Alright, that's the trick. Don't even swap at all, man. Alright, so this is the team that I've been using till now also with my Swampert, my Shadow Swampert, which I think I've started using it after the previous battle. Alright, so you guys can see that we're just going to go ahead to Brave Bird all the way, trying to see if we can land the Brave Bird. If we do land the Brave Bird, awesome, but if we don't, we burn both shields, which is also awesome. So after this, I'm going to switch into my Swampert, and we're going to have a mirror match fight over here. And since he's out of shields, he definitely would have a problem, you know, defending himself against my Shadow Swampert also, since he's out of shields. But bringing in Buzzwool, so when I saw Buzzwool, I was like, okay bro, it's time to hit the showers, man. 2 Hydro Cannons for you is gonna knock you out, man. Alright, so I think if it's not a Shadow Swampert, you probably will need 2.5 Hydro Cannons, meaning you need to do a bit of fast moves, but it will be resisted thanks to its bug typing that Buzzwool has. So luckily it's a Shadow Swampert that I'm using, but Hydro Cannon is going to take us out now. But the question is, what are we going to use? Alright, we're going to bring out Galarian Stunfisk and see if we can actually try and take it out. Alright, unfortunately he's going to get to his move first. Earthquake is probably going to almost take us out. We're going to go with our Earthquake, but he brought in Cobalion. When I saw the Cobalion, I'm like, okay, I mean it's good for us because Earthquake is going to do super effective damage to it. So we're going to bring in our Talonflame now and farm down the Cobalion. So Cobalion is another Pokemon that is quite new to the meta because it having access to double kick right now is actually a pretty good Pokemon. But so far I see more people using Virizion than using Cobalion. Yeah, maybe Cobalion will be more useful in the Master League. I don't know, man. So going into the next battle against Espaki 2, he's using a Nidoqueen as his lead, and yeah, when I see Nidoqueen, actually we do get Nidoqueen connection, so that's not good. So we are now 1v2, so bringing in the Swampert, and we're gonna go with our Flame Charge Bait. He would think that I'm gonna go with Brave Bird, and I suffered a low battery notification that I had to press close or whatsoever. Immediately, yeah, my battery was running low, especially when I'm actually doing this screen recordings. They last for like almost 20 minutes, so they utilize battery a lot. So we're gonna go with another Brave Bird straight away. Let's see if he's gonna burn the shield. Oh no, actually we went with the Flame Charge, knowing that my opponent is gonna shoot this anyways. So, okay, we're gonna bring in the Shadow Swampert. Now we are in range to use 1 Hydro Cannon to knock it out, but we're gonna have to eat 1 charge move first. Alright, Hydro Cannon, that's totally fine, half health damage to us, but he brought in an Abomasnow. I was like, okay, not good for us, but good for our Talonflame. Alright, we're gonna just go with Hydro Cannon spams because that's the best move against, I guess, Abomasnow in this situation right now. I don't have Sludge Wave. Okay, so taking out 50% of the Abomasnow's health, but we're gonna get hit by the Weather Ball right now to get taken out. That's totally fine. We're gonna bring in the Talonflame to farm down the Abomasnow to get some energy. Alright, 2 Incinerates will be enough to take out the double weak Abomasnow against fire. And here we go, let's take it out right now. And we have Brave Bird ready. Brave Bird will be ready to hit the next Pokemon hard. And that is going to be the Swampert. So Swampert is going to get knocked out finally by the Brave Bird. Yep, so when shields are out, Talonflame is like really insane, especially with the move Brave Bird. Okay, we're just gonna go with this. Earthquake is gonna take out the Nidoqueen, and Nidoqueen can't do anything. Even if it's gonna land, I think 2 Earthquakes not gonna be enough to take us out since it's not a Shadow Nidoqueen. Alright, so just go with the Earthquake. Gonna one hit KO it. GG, well played, and that's it. Alright, so we're going to go into the next battle right now against our next opponent, and that is going to be HK Note 1. Alright, and it started off with Escavalier. When he started with Escavalier, I'm like, okay, this is good, this is very, very good for it, but he brought in Kingdra. From being double weak to become double resisted to my moves, well, sure, we're going to go with Brave Bird first to burn a shield, and then we're going to pull a switch into my Galarian Stunfisk. Galarian Stunfisk is the better choice in this particular situation because it resists the Dragon Breath. However, it's going to suffer super effective from Octazooka. Of course, it's going to resist Outrage, so we're going to go with Earthquake. Let's see if my opponent's going to shield this or not. Nope. So now he's already in Farm Down and also in Rock Slide range. I'm going to go and hit the Rock Slide after this, but not before we get hit by another Octazooka. It's totally fine. Lucky we did not suffer any debuff by the Octazooka though. Okay, let's go ahead with the Rock Slide, and that's going to help us take out the Kingdra. And the Escavalier is back to try and take out our Galarian Stunfisk, and it does. So we're going to bring our Talonflame, but not before we wait for the switch clock to cool down a bit. Alright, going ahead with Incinerate a few times. We're going to go with another Brave Bird against the Crusader, but I accidentally tapped outside of the circle. So there was an extra overcharge over there, but it's totally fine. Brave Bird goes through, does land. I was supposed to pull a switch into the other Pokemon, but I decided to just let the move go through, knowing that Talonflame can still survive the move, knowing that it's not going to be Future Sight anyways. So yeah, we have to save both shields for the Swampert because Grass Knot is going to take us out very, very easily. So we're going to go with just Hydro Cannon spams all the way, and the Hydro Cannon is just going to do a crazy amount of damage to Cresselia. Alright, despite it being neutral damage, I'm just going to farm down the Cresselia first. Alright, and then prepare a Hydro Cannon against the Escavalier. Alright, so let's go ahead to do that. We have double Hydro Cannons ready, but the question is, can we get to the second one, because we are one fast move away from hitting it? And the answer is no. My opponent managed to get to Mega Horn, and Mega Horn is going to take us out one hit KO. Boom! GG, well played by my opponent, but we still have our Talonflame. Going to bring in it with Flame Charge. Just Flame Charge the Escavalier before it does its charge move, and just take out the Cresselia with one fast move. Boom! Look at that health. That was just one sliver of health left on the bird, and we survived. Alright, we got matched up against the next opponent, and that is Mr. Children. Very weird name though. Doesn't sound right to me. But okay, she's using Jellicent. Alright, so Jellicent, like I said, a lot of people are using that, and most people do not shield their Jellicent or Cresselia against the Talonflame because they feel like they are, I guess, Jellicent and Cresselia can handle a Brave Bird. But Brave Bird still hits hard. It does so much damage. So hence why I normally hit the opponent with Brave Bird already, and I switch into another Pokemon. Otherwise, I'm going to suffer more damage with the debuff being activated. Shadow Ball came through, doing half health to our Shadow Swampert, but it's totally fine. We got double Hydro Cannons ready for the next Pokemon. That's Scrafty. So yeah, Scrafty is really, really tanky. As you guys can see, it does like around close to 45% damage to the Scrafty, but it's not enough. Power Up Punch is not enough to take us out, luckily. And we're going to be able to fire off another Hydro Cannon. This was very, very important so that we can bring our Talonflame to now farm down this Scrafty with ease. Alright, awesome, without suffering any foul place damage. Bringing in back the Jellicent again, we're going to go with the Brave Bird as usual. And then we're going to pull a switch into our Galarian Stunfisk. Brave Bird managed to connect. And we are going to go with Rock Slide. Rock Slide will be enough to take out the Jellicent already. Even if it's Shadow Ball, it's totally fine. Galarian Stunfisk can handle it with ease. We're going to go ahead with the Rock Slide right now. And this will be enough to take out the Jellicent already. Alright, what's the next Pokemon? And it is Talonflame. I'm like, okay, this is not good for us because the Talonflame is full health with one shield left. My Talonflame is like one Brave Bird from getting KO already. Did not want to shield the first Rock Slide, very interesting choice. And I'm not gonna shield this because I need to let it go through. If I were to actually shield up against that Flame Charge and then use my next Rock Slide, she can actually just basically shield up the next Rock Slide, farm me down, Brave Bird my Talonflame, I would have lost. Alright, but this situation is better, and luckily we was able to score a win. So after doing all those battles, alright, my ratings went up by roughly 50. It was so bad because I lost a lot of battles at first using the Warring team. Then after changing it to the Swampert, I managed to score 2 sets 4-5. So my ratings went up like crazy after that for the last 2 sets. So hopefully I can push up even higher for the next few battles that I'm going to do in the next episode for episode 8. And hopefully we can progress our way slowly to Veteran. I've not even reached Veteran yet, even up to now. My god. Yeah, I suck. Hopefully soon. Alright, so hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. If you guys did, then leave a like on the video. We're much appreciated. Thank you very much. I'll see you guys in the next episode in the next video. Alright, goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.